Guys, everyone, check your audio and video settings. Please check your audio and video settings, please. Any newcomers are there? Today, any newcomers are there? Yes, first session, video is there in Naresh IT YouTube channel. You can go and watch. Anyhow, I will revise. Yesterday's discussion today. You will get backup. At the same time, you can watch. Okay. Fine. Where is our document? This is the document. So before that, yeah. So this is the document that is available in our group also. So this is my email ID, natraz@gmail.com. Okay. So this is your batch code. And to attend Hibernate, core Java and little bit of JDBC, little bit of SQL is required. Fine. 75 sessions to 85 sessions are required. Don't count days, count sessions. Okay, na? Okay, if you have any queries, administrative queries, you can contact Mr. Srikanth. This is his phone number. So this is our group here. Natraj Java Arena is my Facebook group. So everyday content will be uploaded to this group. You can collect from the group. Fine. So let me show. youtube.com/nareshit. youtube.com/nareshit. So I think, listen, this is yesterday's session, 25th June, 9 o'clock. Yesterday's session, this is. Okay, fine. Those are interested, they can collect the backup from here. That's it. Those are interested, they can collect the backup from here. Okay, boss. Shall we get into the discussions now? Yes, let's get into the discussions now. Yesterday we didn't talk much about Hibernate. I was preparing background to launch Hibernate. I was preparing background to launch what is war mapping. Why? Hibernate is there to develop war mapping persistence logic. Okay, right. When I will start another Hibernate batch, sir. So I cannot say, boss, it takes another 2-3 months minimum. It takes another 2-3 months minimum. Concentrate on this batch. Fine. So first we understood what is persistence. The process of storing and managing data for a long time is called as what? Persistence. But to perform persistence, RAM memory is not sufficient. Okay. RAM memory is not sufficient. We need to have secondary memory devices like hard disk, CD, DVD, thumb drives, nothing but pen drives kind of thing. So let me very clear, the data stored in your variables, the data stored in objects of Java application or any other technology application, okay, is not persistence, is not at all persistence operation. Because they allocate memory, heap stack memories of JVM memory, and this JVM memory is part of RAM memory. And you know that RAM memory will be providing memory for application execution. Once application execution is over, okay, RAM memory for the application will be vanished. Same memory will be utilized for another application execution. So that's why the data, the value stored in variables, the value stored in object does not fall under persistence activity. If you write that data to files, if you write that data to database software, because files and database software allocate memory in secondary memory devices like a hard disk, then that falls under what? Persistence. Are you understanding my point there? Super, boss. Right. In that process, we discussed some important terminologies here. Persistence store. The place where data will be saved and managed for a long time is called as what? Persistence store. Persistent data The data of persistence store is called persistent data. The manipulation you do on the persistent data comes under persistence operation. Nothing but performing insert, update, delete, and select operation. In shortcut, they are also called as CUD or crude operation. Some part of industry also calls them as CUD operation. C for create, insert, U for update, modify, R for read, select, D for delete. Persistence logic. The logic that is written to perform CUD operation is called persistence logic. IO streams code, JDBC code, Hibernate code, Spring JDBC code, Spring ORM code, Spring data code. All this comes under what? Persistence logic. Don't worry, while teaching Spring, we are going to learn Spring related persistence logic. In Hibernate classes, we are going to learn Hibernate persistence logic. Okay, in advanced Java class, you might have already studied JDBC code. Anyhow, those who don't know JDBC, nothing to worry. Next month, 6th onwards, 4 p.m., JDBC batch is decided. Advanced Java that starts with JDBC is decided. Advanced Java that starts with JDBC is decided. Okay, and we are having IO stream logic. What logic here? Core Java level IO streams. These many are there. When to use which, whether outdated or not, I will discuss later. Nothing is outdated, all are doing well. Maybe in different places, people uses different options. That's it. Okay, boss. So learning Java is all about learning language, nothing but core Java. Learning technologies, nothing but advanced Java, JDBC, Servlet, JSP. Learning frameworks like Spring and Hibernate. Spring and Hibernate. Fine, right. Persistence technology or framework or tool. The technology or framework or tool using which we develop persistence logic, okay, is called as persistence technology or framework. Yes, people are asking any new Spring batch, new web service batch. Web service batch, put request in the office, they may assign. Spring new batch takes time. Hibernate new batch takes time. Can I take all these non-technical queries at the end? Non-technical queries at the end. If you have attended Agile workshop, earlier, you are very much eligible to attend. Okay, even Jira workshop. To attend as a Jira, Agile is the prerequisite. Okay, boss. Fine. Persistence technology or framework. Okay, lastly, we framed one statement here. What is that statement we have? Persistence technology or framework is a tool that is given to develop persistence logic to perform persistence operation on persistent data of persistence store. Persistent data of persistence store. Are you getting my point there? Fine. Then we discussed about data storage technologies and data access technologies. The software using which we can store and manage data for long time are called data storage technologies. Data storage softwares, Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, all these are capable of storing what? Data and managing data for long time. That's why they come under what? Data storage technologies, right? Data access technologies. Okay, data access technology. The technologies are framework using which we connect to database software. We try to access data from database software and we try to manipulate data of database software. Comes under what? Okay. So data access technologies. What technologies here? Data access technologies or framework or softwares. Your JDBC, Hibernate, Spring JDBC. Okay, all this comes under what? Data access technologies or data access software. After that, we discussed about different ways of doing persistence from Java application. Java application takes the support of IO streams to perform persistence operation on flat file. That means to perform insert, update, delete, select operations on flat file, it will take the support of IO streams. Morely like what? Serialization and deserialization. Understanding my point there? Yes. I think, yes, once this count is reached to 500, they will start the YouTube live streaming. They will start the YouTube live streaming. I think within 2-3 minutes they will start. Wait for it. Next. Same Java application can use, okay, JDBC or WAR mapping to perform persistence operation on RDBMS database softwares. RDBMS database softwares. Okay, boss. Okay. Java application can interact with what? Object database software. They are also called as object oriented database software, OOD. Can interact with database software like Wakanda, Object Store, Odaba, etc. etc. That time it has to use what? JDBC plus SQLJ. JDBC plus what? SQLJ. Fine, boss. Right? These are the options. First, yesterday we ruled out why flat files are not good for as persistence store. Okay, na? Why flat files are not good. I'm coming. Today I'm concentrating, going to talk on what? These two options only. Everyone focus. Why flat files are not good as what? Why flat files are not good as, not good as persistence store. No security, no constraint, no SQL support. Getting data with multiple conditions is very complex. Performing update and delete operations are very complex. No relationships. Merging and comparison of data is very complex. That means no joins. No joins are there. To solve this problem, take the support of database softwares. Okay, then we can solve the problem. But now listen carefully. Java is full of objects, and nowadays all trending languages are object oriented languages. Agree with me? Object oriented programming languages. Object oriented programming languages. From my side, no. Is there any audio issue? Is there any audio issue from my side? I think I'm very loud and clear. Yeah, focus. Focus. I'm coming to the actual discussion of today's. Please focus. Fine. Yes, using files also we can perform delete and update operation, but very lengthy process is there. Okay, lengthy process is there. Since someone asked, let me spend 1 minute on this one. Someone Hindu has asked one question: how we can do delete and update operation while working with the files? Not directly, but indirectly we can do that. Okay, I will show that. So let us assume you have employee.txt. Let us assume you have employee.txt having 101 Raja Hyderabad, job is clerk. 102 Ramesh Hyderabad, job is manager. Similarly, 103 Jani, okay, Delhi, okay, Delhi. What is this? Designation is again clerk. I want to delete second record. This is my requirement. Not directly by opening file. By opening file is very easy. Through application I want to do. Using Java application or some other front-end application. Using one or other application, I want to do it. Now let's focus. Directly not possible. What it will do, first it will read record by record or line by line. Here record is nothing but each line is one record. While working with the IO streams, each record is nothing but one line, one line. It will read record by record. Cool. Uh, After reading first line, nothing but first record, it will check. Is it 102? Because I decided to delete 102 record, not other things. Not other things. Is it 102? Is employee number is 102? No. Then it will write to one temporary file, temp.txt. It will write to one temporary file. Since it is not matching, it will write to temporary file. What is that? 101 Raja clerk. Then it reads second line, nothing but second record. Is it 102? Yes. It will stop writing to temporary file. Next it reads 103. Is it 102? No. It will write to temporary file. 103 Jani, Delhi. What is that? Clerk. 103 Jani, Delhi clerk. Are you getting my point there? Super. Super, super. Next. Then what they will do? They will delete this file and they will rename this file. They will delete this file and they will rename the file to employee.txt. They will rename the file to employee.txt. So ultimately what happened here? So ultimately what happened? Tell me, boss. Ultimately what happened? So we are getting the feeling of record is deleted or not there. Don't you think it's a complex process here? Come on. Yes, it's a complex. What about updations are? After reading 102, do modification and write here. That is modification. That is modification. So that's the reason delete and update operations are complex. Now listen. ODB softwares are OOD, object-oriented database softwares. I'll explain everything. You have to focus now. In the current trend or from last 10-15 years, industry is talking about object-oriented programming languages. There is no need of writing notes. Everyday content will be uploaded to Facebook group. Okay, right. There is no need of, you don't write anywhere. Everyday content will be uploaded to Facebook group. Is that clear? I don't write notepad. Why? Because I will use I will use diagrams and content together. So I want to keep both together. It's like a blackboard kind of thing. I cannot just write text content. Fine. Just a minute. I'll find out why they are not starting YouTube live streaming. See, boss, in my explanation, diagrams and text both will be there. So I have to use paintbrush only to write both. If I use notepad, maybe for you it's easy to copy paste. I know that. YouTube live streaming start చేయండి అమ్మా మరి పిల్లలకి ఏం చెప్పాలి ఇంకోసారి ట్రై చేయండి ఒకసారి చూడండి guys, some technical problem is coming to start YouTube live streaming. They are working out. Fine. So the moment technical problem is solved, you will get YouTube live streaming. Please come back. Okay. Please come back. Yes. Yeah. Everyone concentrate, boss. Very, very important discussion. From last 10-15 years, Industry is talking about object oriented programming languages. Everywhere we are getting objects, and people wants to store objects directly, because when inputs are coming in the form of objects, outputs are generated in the form of objects, and to do different activities we are creating objects. So better to persist objects directly, na? Better to persist objects directly, na? By keeping that in mind, we have got object oriented database software or object database softwares. Simple theory, boss. You are getting objects. You want to store objects. If you have an object database software, it would be nice, na? Come on, come on. Are you getting my point there? So by keeping that point in mind, okay, we have got object database softwares. Okay, fine. These database softwares can store software objects directly in database softwares as column values, directly in a database software as column values, and so useful while working with OOPS languages, because in OOP programming object we get everything as objects. We get everything as objects. We get everything as objects. Everyone concentrate. Let us assume I have a class. I have a class, student only I will take. Simple example I am taking. Private enter this one. Yes name. What is this? String SADD. Private to float to average. Some methods also there. Getter setter methods. Getters and setters. You know that getter methods are there to get the data. Setter methods are there to set the data. Some methods are there. Arey, don't think much, boss. Some methods. If you don't know what is getter setter also, no problem. Right now, I'm not worried about it. Yes, here I am creating constructor, boss. I'm creating object for student class. Student ST is equal to new student of. Let us assume I have a 4 param constructor. I have a 4 param constructor and I am calling that. Fine. Software object means any software object, boss. Real objects also will be there. Na? I'm giving very specifically software object. Don't think much. Any object, Java, anything. Okay, boss. Right. Okay, let's be fine. Was next address is this. Okay, average is 56.55. Some number. Or if you know how to work with the getter setter method, you can set this data by using setter methods also. Right now, that is not at all important for me. How does it looks, boss? Is basically student class object. Having these 4 values, 101 Raja, Hyderabad, 56.55. Yes, here is our ST. This ST points to this. This ST points to this. Nice, boss. Let us assume here we are having, ODB softwares or OOD softwares. Object database software, object oriented database software. Here we are having student DB table. What table here? Student DB table. What is that? Student DB table. Are you understanding my point there? Yes. Right. Here we are having one column. What is that column? One column. Actually, tables kind of story will not be there, but I'm just giving the feeling, okay, there is a table. So details. What is this? Details. In these details, they will try to store st, boss. They will try to store st, which also points to the same object. Which also points to the same object. So indirectly, object database software is storing what? Objects are not there. Object database software is storing what? Objects are not there. What's the good part here? The good part is object-oriented programming is giving objects and we are able to store the objects. Whenever we want, we can retrieve the object. Whenever you want, you can store the object. Whenever you want, we can modify the objects. Whenever we want, we can delete the object. We can work with objects straight away, right? We can work with the objects what? Very nicely. There is no need of converting simple values to object to store into table, objects to simple values. There is no need of any conversions. Can I talk about advantages of this? Pros. Pros of ODB or OODB softwares. Concentrate. I know so many people not heard all these things earlier. But I'm not saying it is industry standard. They are outdated. They are utter flop. They are utter flop, no doubt in that. Okay. Why they are utter flop also I'm going to talk. But first see the positive side. We just introduced, na? We just introduced. Okay. I think some technical problem is there, it seems. We will try to keep in the YouTube here. After the class, we will try to upload the video to the YouTube. Tell to your friends not to panic, not to panic. I think they got some technical problem. Don't worry. Monday, we will give 1,000 members link. By Monday, we will try to arrange what? 1,000 members link. Understanding? So that's why please submit your phone numbers, mail IDs properly. Correct phone numbers, correct mail IDs so that we can communicate and give. So that we can communicate and give 1,000 members link to you people. I think I heard nearly 700 plus members are attending class. 500 here, 200 in what? YouTube live streaming. So this 500 YouTube is giving sometime technical issues. So Monday or Tuesday we will be ready with what? 1,000 members link. So please drop your numbers properly so that we can communicate and give that 1,000 members new Zoom ID. Fine. Let's come back. Pros of ODB software. In object oriented programming, today my first class, where should I? While login, it might have asked for registration form. Now, if you have already submitted, leave it. Not problem. At the time of logging, you might have asked for registration. You submitted your email ID, phone number. Fine, leave it. So it will come to our people. In object oriented programming, we get objects. We get objects everywhere. Okay, objects everywhere. And we can store them directly in DB softwares. Directly in DB softwares with that means there is no need of converting objects to simple values to objects and objects to simple values while doing persistence operations. While doing persistence operations. Are you getting my point there? Fine. This is a one advantage. All code operations, all code operations can be done directly on the object, directly on the objects. Next, no need of SQL. No need of SQL. Are you getting my point there? No need of SQL. No need of SQL. Okay, we can say these database softwares as NoSQL database softwares also. Why? When I'm dealing with objects directly, when I'm storing object directly, when I'm updating object directly, when I'm deleting object directly, when I'm doing everything on the object, what is the need of SQL? So that's why I can call these database softwares as what? NoSQL. I know MongoDB also one kind of NoSQL. But MongoDB also one kind of NoSQL. I too agree that. Okay, na? Fine. So you can call MongoDB also some kind of object database software also. No problem. But right now our focus is not on that. So I hope you understood the advantages part. Okay. Let's concentrate on cons part. Cons of ODB softwares. ODB softwares or OODB softwares. Focus and nicely concentrate. Number one, does not allow to keep data in relationships. Does not allow to keep data in relationship. Nothing but objects in relationship. Sorry, when you are storing in the database, you cannot keep one object in relation with another object. But relationships are very, very important in real life. That's why RDBMS database softwares are huge hit. Though there are so many types of database software, why RDBMS database softwares are successful in the market? Because of foreign key, because of relationships. Does not allow to keep data or objects in relationship. This is one major drawback. Number two, the language in which you are creating software object. Array, nothing but Java object, .NET object. Sir, why are you highlighting software object? Array, human beings also objects are, but they are not software object. And everything in this world is object. All objects cannot be stored in what? Database software, object-oriented database software. Got it or not? That's why I'm trying to use the word called object. If you are not comfortable, leave it. The language in which you are creating software object, okay, language must have compatibility with 1 minute. The language in which you are creating software object, should also in which you are creating software object should have compatibility with ODB software. Sir, I didn't understand. Suppose your software object is there in Java. So you have to take Java based ODB software. Your software object is there in C sharp. You have to take .NET based ODB software. Your software object is there in some other language. Okay, you should take that language based ODB software. Come on, boss. This is the biggest challenge, Ra Babu. This is the biggest challenge. Are you understanding my point there? Suppose to work with Java objects, we need to take Java based object oriented database software. .NET objects, we have to take what? .NET based object database software. So that means there is a tight coupling between object oriented programming language and it's what? Object oriented database software. Agree with me or not? Understanding my point there? Object oriented. So what it says, there is tight coupling between tell me, object oriented database software and the language in which the software objects are created. In which the software objects are created. In which the software objects are created. Yes. Mr. Pavan Kumar, I appreciate your doubt, but you have not seen this statement. No need of SQL. We can we can we can call these database softwares as database NoSQL database software. And you are talking the same point which I already discussed. Fine. All code operation can be done directly on the objects. Please listen the class properly. Fine. Mister, tell me what is the new concept that you found in this statement, Ra? No need of SQL means there is no need of SQL queries to fetch data from database software. That's what I have explained, na. Please don't join lately. Don't get problems. Attend minute once. Because I am not a faculty who teaches without worrying about your concentration. When you ask question, I have to respond. But if you come lately and if you ask question, it will waste the classroom time. So try to be regular and punctual, please. Because it's a waste of taking same point again 10 times for 10 different angles. So that's why please put some seriousness while attending classes. Constraints of ODB software or OBDs. Next one. Against of okay, against of normalization rule number 1, form number 1. I think you heard at least a terminology called a lot of database and lot of SQL knowledge is I am going to use. If you don't have no problem, I will improvise that. What is normalization rule number 1 here? I think total 3 forms or 4 forms of normalization is there to design best database tables. What is normalization rule number 1 or form number 1 says? Okay. Normalization rule number 1 or what? Formalization says, don't store multiple values. Don't store multiple values in a single column. Aisa no na. Normalization rule number 1, form 1 says, don't store multiple values in a single column. But what I am doing, boss? What I am doing here, one column, one object, nice, but one object is having how many values? 4 values are there. 4 values are there. It says take different columns for different values. Don't store multiple values in single column. But it's not saying foreign key and all this stuff. That is a third form. Okay. It says try to store different values in different columns. It says don't store multiple values in single column. Always store multiple values in multiple columns. Yes, but definitely it is against of that one or not there. Yes. Next, not industry standard. These are not industry standard database software. These are not industry standard. These are not industry standard database software. Okay. So very less people are aware of these database softwares here. So because of this, people again started thinking about what? RDBMS database softwares only. Relational database management database softwares. Are you getting my point? Actually, we have 4 types of database softwares in the market. Number 1. Okay, what is this? Hierarchical HDBMS. Hierarchical database management system database software. Hierarchical. What is that? Hierarchical. Hierarchical database management. Hierarchical. Hierarchical database management system. Database management system. Next, the ND, network database management database softwares. Understanding my point there, super boss. What is this? Copy this, paste it. Network database management system.